Hello, I'm Mathieu from Ludovox, and today I'm going to give you an overview of Meeple Circus. So Meeple Circus is a dexterity-based game. It is also kind of a quickness game, sometimes, not all the time. It's a game for players ages 8 and up, for 2 to 5 players to be exact, and it plays for around 45 minutes. So in this game, you're going to have a circus and you want to make a show, basically. And you want to make a show with different elements. You're going to pile up meeples, such as these ones, or the ones you could find in Catan or whatever. But you're going to pile them up to form a beautiful show. You also have animals and objects such as barrels or balls or planks. So you're going to do that to overcome a lot of challenges, and you're going to do that for the audience. You want to get the most clapping from the audience. And these are basically the victory points you want to get. So the way the game plays is that simply you're going to play 3 rounds of the game. Every round is a bit different, but every round also kind of has the same structure. The first thing you do in a round is you take 2 tiles. Every player would select 2 tiles. So for example, I could take this and this one. So if I select those, I'm going to collect the elements that make up these tiles. So I'm going to take the elements, and once everyone has collected the elements, once everyone's ready, people are going to build on their stage. So there are 3 basic rules, very important rules to build things. First rule, you have to place things in your area. They cannot be out of the circus, they have to be inside of it. Second thing, you cannot place things on their flat surface. They have to be standing or on the side, on the head, but they cannot be laying flat. So for example, this one is illegal, I have to flip him up. Third and last rule, every single piece that touches the ground must carry at least another piece. So this means that this acrobat cannot stay alone. It can, however, take another acrobat on him, and that becomes legal. So that's how the game basically plays. So now everyone is going to try to do things. So for example, I'm going to do stuff like so, and if I'm finished before the others, I say ta-da, raise my hands up and take a speed token. This is extra clapping for me, extra victory point for me. Then we move on to the scoring phase. When everyone has finished, well, there is a timer with an app that you can download, or a track that you can listen to on the Matago website. And once the track has ended, people who have not finished stop doing their thing. Otherwise, people just keep building. And once everyone is done or the track is finished, you can start assessing the victory points, the clapping for everyone. So you get the tokens, you get the different acrobats, which I'm going to cover in a second. And if you've done something that looks like one of the challenges, for example, I've done this on my building, and I can take this and score some clapping as well. So I have done a challenge, and it's giving me some points for it. So the rules for scoring acrobats is a bit funny. These are trainees, and you want them to be on the ground. If they touch the ground, you get 1 point for each acrobat touching the ground. The yellow, however, are a bit more experienced, and if they are not touching the ground, you get 1 point per acrobat not touching the ground. And finally, the red ones, they are the experts, and they give you points according to the height at which they are at. So you can gain up to 7 points, and you can just measure the height with this notch. So that's the basic of one round of the game. And when you move on to the second round, you refresh those and those, but these tiles get replaced with new tiles which have VIP persons. So you can have new unique meeples. So you have a camel meeple, you have a Mr. Muscle, you have a tiger, and they all have their set of rules. So for example, the camel, he cannot touch the ground, or Mr. Muscle can only lift an animal and can only do that. Mr. Muscle cannot do anything else. So you've got this extra set of rules, but at the same time, if you manage to use a VIP, you get more clapping, more victory points. What's more, when you select those for the second round, so you don't select those because they are for the first round, but you still take one of those. And you're going to get new components which are added to the ones you've already got. So you have to make a bigger building. And that's very interesting, but you have to discard those before, right? That's a given. And you're going to score the same way as the first round, but with the addition of VIPs. However, the third round is not simultaneous. You do not have quickness in this part of the game. You remove these speed tokens, and you're going to watch everyone perform his or her performance show at once. So everyone is watching player A, everyone is watching player B, everyone is watching me. So that's how it happens. But there is also something else. The new performance tiles, they do not give you any pieces. They are just going to give you constraints and rules, additional scoring if you manage to get them right. So this is very interesting to fulfill, but at the same time, it's really difficult to do so. So you're going to score points according to a whole lot of factors, especially in round 3, because you have a lot of figures. So the acrobats, these challenges, the VIPs, and also those tiles, those performance tiles. So at the end of the game, at the end of the third round, the player who has the most clapping is the winner. Well, you know almost everything about Meeple Circus, so as you can see, it's a bit of quickness and mostly dexterity. See you on Ludovox, guys.